Hey everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Acacia and I am so happy you're here. Today we're going to dive in to the core four. This series of 5 movements done in this particular way is coined the core four because beautiful human beings, Chris and Anne Frederick of the Stretch to Win Institute, put these together as a way to move the fascia, get the major joint of the hips going, and have that translate through the body. It's a great way to alleviate hip and low back pain or like aches and stuff. And when I used to give this to my one-on-one stretch clients or my dance clients and students, whenever they came in, be like, I've got some like hip pain or my back is kind of achy, immediately I'd be like, have you done the core four today? And they're like, no, and then they do it. And you know what? It either went away completely or significantly decreased the tension in their body. So this is definitely my go-to. I love this series. It's super simple, but today I want to dive in and break it down just a little bit more for some safety tips and a couple tips and tricks you can use to get the most out of every movement. So reference this video as much as you need, come along with the ride today and do the exercise, or watch and then apply later in life, whatever suits you best. So the 5 exercises are the windshield wipers, rock the hip, thread the needle, swan dive, and quad stretch. Those aren't the official names of them, but that's what I call them. So when I reference that, you'll know what I'm meaning. So we're gonna start with the windshield wipers. Now the windshield wipers is just a quick assessment of where your hips are at this moment. How is your internal rotation today? How is your external rotation? And as you shift back and forth, I want you to make sure that your hip isn't coming too much off the ground. Plant those sit bones, lift the chest, support yourself with your hands behind you, and just rock gently back and forth. Really assessing the internal rotation, getting a sense of where you are today. Then we're gonna go into rock the hips. So we're gonna set ourselves up in this 90-90 position. So front leg 90 degrees, back leg 90 degrees. Now don't freak out if they're not perfectly 90. Set up in a position that's comfortable for you. And you're really gonna use your back hand, so same arm as front leg, to prop you up. So there is this slight kind of like lean to the side. Then you're gonna allow your back hip to rock back, tucking the pelvis, and then push forward. Okay, so we're rocking back and pushing forward. Rocking back, squeezing the glute, and pushing forward. You don't even have to squeeze a lot, it's just a little glute engager. And you can have your hands up on your fingertips to help you. And you're also starting to engage in a little bit of a spiral twist. Here's how you can get more out of the stretch. Really direct that back knee away from you. If you pull it in, you're going to cramp up that hip joint, and we don't want that. So we want to lengthen that knee out. Even when we're tucking the tailbone under, lengthen the leg that way, create space here, and then again, lengthen as you go. Okay? Third move, we're bringing it down to thread the needle. So this is where you take same arm as front leg, put it down on the ground. This is where a yoga block or a pillow might be needed. So definitely start to work with your body and make sure the movement is compatible with you, however you need to get there, okay? It's not about being perfect right off the bat. So here, I want you to lift under your armpit. So a lot of people will start to kind of sag, compress the shoulder joint, and kind of push the energy this way. I want you to lift. Lift under, support yourself. It's a bit of an arm engagement here. You're gonna bring your arm up, the opposite arm up, and you're gonna dive those fingertips through, lifting up in the joints and looking back, and then unraveling everything. So here's what most people do. They'll collapse, they'll sink, and then they'll unravel. What I want you to do to get the most out of your stretch is to lift up, send everything in all directions, and then thread the needle by giving your body more space. Taking your eyes with you, exhaling as you thread, inhaling as you come up. Then from here, we go right into swims. This is taking those fingertips, reaching them far away from the back toes, changing your head so you're looking behind you, and then pulling the elbow back. And then reaching and letting the elbow fly back and up. Here, to get the most out of this, we are still pushing or rolling that hip forward. So we have that rock from that second exercise, rock it forward, stretch it, twist the upper body, and then unroll everything. Again, keeping that lift underneath the armpit, lengthening the knee away from the hip, and really reaching back foot away from those fingertips. When you come out of this into the dive, the swan dive, you fall forward and then press yourself up. So the swan dive is the second to last move, and you are, again, rocking the hips forward, pressing forward, and coming up. We're really undulating the spine here, letting ourselves like swan dive forward, drop the head, roll it up. So this kind of rocking sensation in the hip never really goes away. Pressing up, rocking, and rolling. Even if that looks like this, like really tiny, as long as we are lengthening and going with the motion, you're going to get better and better as you keep going. The last one is a quad stretch. So you're gonna tuck your back leg in as much as you can and lean back, supporting yourself with your arms. This is where, again, yoga blocks, a bolster, a cushion, something to support you if you can't go down all the way is going to be very helpful. So regardless of where you are, today I'll demonstrate just on my elbows. You want to relax everything to begin with. As you relax, your body will release what tension that's not needed, and that's very important. You want to release excess tension. Then you can increase the stretch by giving a little bit of a glute engagement and really widening and sending the knees in opposite directions and away from you. That's going to deepen your stretch. There's no need to get super in depth here. It's not about, twisting and pushing the hip forward in this round. That's for a different time. But within the core four, we're just really allowing the tension, the fascia to recalibrate, to release, and to reset. Now, to get out of this, you want to push up again onto that arm that's in line with the front foot. So for me right now, it's my right arm is my front leg, is the arm I want to lift up onto to come forward. So if you go the opposite way, it's gonna be very awkward. So naturally you wanna go to the easiest way. So it's like the quad you're stretching, roll that hip forward to push you up. Then you would go back to windshield wipers and reset for the other side. You'll notice that something will change, whether it's your hips, your internal rotation, your external rotation gets better, something in your low back changes, something's gonna shift, and then you'd set up and do everything on the other side. I hope that breaks this down just a little bit more. I hope those quick little safety tips, like lifting up so you're not compressing any of your joints, tucking that back leg in as much as you need to, and the tips of widening, giving space to your body, and lengthening help you get the most out of this exercise. Again, feel free to put this in at any point during your day. It's a great little reset. And if you have any questions, if you want to share your experience with the Core 4, drop them down in the comments below. I'd love to connect with you guys. So cheers until the next one. Bye.